going to get ready then for the first bit of shooting actually on my new property. And a few weeks ago when my mate Matt Paul came down to help me clear the garden a little bit, he found this old plank in here, and we said actually it's something we could use for a backstop. So I've cut 3 pieces. I've got 2 here and another one further down here, just here. Going to make a little frame, and that's going to be the main part of the backstop, which will obviously catch the pellet, and then behind that there's going to be concrete, so it's going to be really safe. So this is backstop finished. What I've actually done is, I'm going to turn it down, it's quite heavy now actually, is I've made it double thickness in the centre here, as you can see. So I've got probably just over 2 inch of wood, and then there's this here, another inch and a half as well in the centre. It'll obviously go that way, so that should last quite a long time and catch many pellets. So what I've done to finish the backstop off is to put some carpet across the front of the wood, and this will hopefully quieten down the impact of the pellet on the wood anyway. I have got neighbours, they're not super close, but it's always good to try and do the most you can to not upset the neighbours when you're shooting on the back garden. So hopefully this bit of carpet, and it came out the house when we moved in. We had new carpets throughout the whole house, so it's the old carpet what was in there, so easy just to get out the skip and put on there. So these are 2 new moderators that Sandwell Field Sports sell, and I went and picked these up from Tony, and he let me bring them back and test them. So this small one here is called the Nat, and it's $59.95. and this bigger one, which is more for the 99s and the imps, is called the Ushwell, and it's $49.95, so £10 cheaper. So what we're going to do, we're going to test these. I'm going to test this one here against a Virac silencer on my wife's BSA Ultra SE. I'm going to test this one against the Imp Mark II with the Virac silencer what's already on it. I've got a sound decimeter sound recorder, and we'll show you the differences. So here's what we've got then. Sandwell Field Sports Imp Mark II with the Virac silencer. This is my wife's BSA Ultra SE, but what I'll do is I'll take this silencer off and use the same one on here, and then we'll test them against the Nat and the Ushwell. And this is what we're going to be using to see the differences in sound. The Virac silencer or moderator is 60.7 decibels. So 60.9. So you'll see with the same rifle, the Imp Mark II, but with the Hushwell, it was lower. So that was some interesting results then. Both silencers, you know, Virac silencers renowned for being one of the best, or the Moderator I should say, but this little Nat is quieter on the BSA Ultra SE, and you can see it's probably just over an inch smaller. Yes, it's got more diameter, but it makes your BSA Ultra, if you're putting a Moderator on, that little bit more compact, and as proven by the decimeter that it's quieter. So as I said, this little one here is 59.95, and for people who's thinking of putting a Moderator on their PCP and you want to keep it small like I did with the demo for the BSA Ultra, then maybe it's something to consider, this little one here, because I'm really impressed with it. So I'm going to show you this Hushwell fitted then. You'll see that actually there's only about an inch of barrel showing. And I'll unscrew this, comes off, you'll see it goes down to that inch barrel. So actually, if I hold it there, look, you've only got from the end where the thread is, you've only got just over an inch extra of length to the rifle. Now we know it's proven to be quieter than on this test than the HW, but if I was to put this one on, you'll see the difference in length. So actually, for people who want to keep a nice small compact rifle, especially if you're shooting from a vehicle, having this on like that is the difference. You're saving probably 4 or 5 inches in length. And again, 49.95, the Hushwell, it's proven on this test that it can lower the muzzle bark from this Imp more than this Virac. So you're getting a lot more benefit from having a shorter rifle, carbine rifle, and it proving to be quieter. Okay, what I'm going to do now is off camera zero this Imp Mark II with this scope and obviously this new silencer at 27.3 yards or 25 meters, and then once it's zeroed, so I've got it on spot on, I'm going to take it about 5 or 6 clicks off to the side, so it will allow me to aim at one single point, and obviously the pellet, so then it will land off to the right or left. I'll probably move it right, so to the right, and then I'll move it back the same amount of clicks after. I'm just doing that because if you try and shoot at the same spot and you're hitting it and you can't actually, you don't know where the center is, so it's always good to move off a few clicks and then move it back. But I haven't shot properly, especially a Springer, in about 2.5 years, so I'm a bit rusty, so don't expect the world, but we'll see how we get on with the Imp Mark II, with me being rusty, but I'm sure it's going to be not too bad, accurate enough anyway to kill vermin at that range. We'll see. So it's been a while now since we've been out shooting and filming, but you can see I've got Dylan over from Germany, from the German Army, and we're out today and we're doing a bit of a Springer shooting day. So we've got the Sandwall Field Sports Imp Mark II here with the new silencer on, and as you'll see in a little while, because we're recording this bit after we've done our check zero, Dylan thinks it's really quiet and very accurate. And then to my right, Dylan's left, we've got the Sandwall Field Sports Snipe, which is obviously 2.5 caliber. The Imp Mark II is 2.2 and the Snipe is 2.5. Right, you can see there we've got a new target up with a blue drawing pin in the middle, and if I just pan round, hopefully sun's not going to be affecting too much. There's Dylan there, and he's got the Imp Mark II in the prone position, and he's just check zeroing. There is a bit of a breeze today, as long as he's close to that, really close, we'll say we're happy. Go on then, son, whenever you're ready. Perfect, hit it, smack on. Talking about the wind, look, you'll see the breeze there, just to show you that there is. So that's the first time today. Obviously he's been having a few shots to get used to it and get it zeroed to his eye. But what's your first thoughts then on the Imp Mark II after that?
Very quiet and very accurate.
Quiet and accurate, yeah. Did you expect to hit that drawing pin? No. Well, there you go. You did well. Bit of target practice, 46 metres with the Sandwall Field Sports Snipe. So this is just over 50 yards if you're using Imperial. There we go. Cheers, son. And just turn that round and spin the... Yeah, look. My snipe. We've got a bit of an in-garden test of a new gun I've not used before, and it was dropped off by a friend off the Vermin Hunters TV Facebook group called Stevie Fincherman. Stevie's let us borrow his 2.2 caliber air gun technology Vixen, and we're going to do this in-garden test. The reason we're doing it in the garden, because in my new house, from where we are now, we can laser rangefind out to 40 metres, so 44 yards. We're going to do off camera a little bit of a pellet test. Sorry, not pellet test, a pellet zero, and then we're going to go out later on to the 44 yards or 40 metres and do a pellet test with 3 brands, but I'll talk about that a little bit later. So before we go and zero the rifle, what we've done is, because it's obviously not my rifle, we've just done some levelling, so we make sure that the scope and the actual rifle itself are all levelled. And because it's all one piece, as long as this is level and this is level with it, we're taking it that the rifle is level. So you see I've created this bit of a card here, target card, and we've got Air Arms Field, RWS Super Field and H&N Field Target Trophy there, and there's a dot under each one. I'll put in the crosshair on the dot, knowing that the fall of shot's going to drop low because this is at 40 metres or 44 yards. But we'll just see what the gun group's like with different pellets at this distance. Try not to lean on the table, son. I can feel it wobbling. This was the last one, 5 shots. How many's in the mag, do you know? How many does the mag hold?
11.
We'll do 11 shot groups then. That's 5. 6. 7.
12, sorry.
12 is it?
Yeah.
8. 9. 10. 11. I shot in 12, it's 12. 12. Yeah, that's right, 12 shots. Have a look. That's not too bad, you know, for 44 yards. 12 shots. Right, zoom out. Normally do 3 shots, but no one can grumble with 12, can they? It's not a bad 5-shot group actually. One drop a bit low. That's not a bad 10-shot group. There's one slightly low, but 9 in a 1-hole group. So you'll get with these last 2. These are grouping really good. That's not bad at all. That's super field, so they're both air arms and super fields are good jobs so far. Well, accurate enough hunting at this range, 44 yards. one.
You're falling so low.
Yeah, it's because they're not zero these. That's it. So they're good as well. Again, nice tight group for 12 shots at that distance. We're going to have a look close up now with the camera. So here we are close up then. So you can see here the super fields, 12 shots. Like I say, accurate. So drawing pin, so well accurate. They're all within a pigeon's head if you were shooting legally, shooting pigeons for the required license. RWS super field, probably the best. 12 shots there, look. You've got one drop there, which could have been me not breathing correctly, but they're basically fingernail size. Put that drawing pin there, son, in a second. Center. There you can see how small they are. And then finally, these was good as well. FTT, again, all within a pigeon's head size, easy. So at this distance, it's proving not to be very pellet fussy, and there might be other brands as well what are even more accurate. So I think it's probably a toss up between the RWS Super Field and maybe the H&N, but I'm not sure. I think what we'll do is might
3-shot groups.
do a 3-shot group, yeah, 5 shots. Let's go 5 shots with each one. Make a fresh mark underneath, and we'll do a 5-shot just for a final test. Okay then, as stated, these are going to be 5-shot groups. Right, where's the first one? That's Super Fields first, yeah?
Yep.
So we're going to be shooting RWS Super Fields first. Quite as tight that time for me. Next one. What you got?
It's the H&N Field Target Trophy.
H&N. Okay, 1, 2 about the same. And the arms.
Yeah.
I think it's quite a good lesson. You learn from that. 10 shots, you can easily fill an hole, where 5 shots, it's not so easy.
Need a real sniper, that's why.
Is that you?
Yeah.
Now, talking of real snipers, I know you can't see this because you're not looking up there, but I think we've found a winner on the 5-shot groups and what it really likes. So we're going to have a look at that, but hopefully that film and it's in focus. Pretty good group for 44 yards. That's Air Arms Field. So here we are then. So different this time. You can see probably here's 12 shots and it's probably just this one's 5 shots, just a little bit bigger. So if I'd put the other remaining shots in the full mag, it probably would have filled this. So just tell a story. Sometimes 5 shots, even though it's less, tells a better story than 12 shots. Same here, look. These are all close apart from these, maybe the 2 here, but it's probably the same size as the 12 shot. So again, if I could have put the remaining shots in there, it'd have probably filled.
Stan.
This is quite good. This is the Air Arms. This was 12, but on the 5 shot it come out with this. So I would say that the Air Arms is the best. If you put a 5p piece over it, son, that's it. Let me just put my finger there like that. You can see it's covered easily by the 5p. Have you got a drawing pin there? You put a drawing pin in. These are small drawing pins as well.
Typical.
Yeah, it dropped out. Don't know if you're going to be able to get it in. Put it central.
Let's try.
Might have to hold that back. That's it. So there, look. Them 5 shots at 44 yards are almost covered by a drawing pin. You've got a little bit, half a pellet width there, and I think that might even be paper tear on that one. So you can see here, it's almost covered. So a drawing pin at 44 yards, and you can see how much smaller this drawing pin is. Just, oh Jesus, can you pick that up? I'm all hands and fingers and feet and toes and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's better. A good idea. You'll see now how small these drawing pins are. They're not the normal size drawing pins.
Put it on top.
See, they're tiny. So a 5p, as you know, is tiny, and it's only 18mm. So you can see how small these drawing pins are. It gives you an idea that that group is probably just over half of a drawing pin in size. If I move that on the edge like that, look. In fact, it's less than half. So first thing we're going to do is calibrate the mil dot. So put the crosshair on one of the drawing pins, and then see how, go for the middle one, and then see how low the fall of shot is. So it's almost 2 mil dots. So there we go then, almost 2 mil dots. Whew. You'll see on the left hand one, that's the edge of the pellet is touching the edge of the drawing pin. That's close. Let's try again. There we go. Try the middle one now. Oh, a bit lower. Yes. Oh, look at that. Same again, touching the edge of the drawing pin. There we go. With the distraction of the dude right revving his car somewhere. So, 3 drawing pins then, 44 yards, either really close or hitting it, and as you've already seen from the footage, them drawing pins are absolutely tiny. So yeah, it's a real tack driver. Yeah, good shot. Right, it's a different day now, and we're going to do some more shooting, and then I'll edit this on to what you've already seen from the previous day. So we've got, again, the Airgun Technology Vixen in 2.2 caliber, and as we've already identified, we're going to be shooting the air arms field pellet. But then what we have got is my wife Laura's BSA Ultra. Now internally this has had nothing done to it. You can see there's a hamster on there, what we've had added, and she uses that when she does shoot HFT competitions, which she hasn't done for about 3 years now. It's a single shot, and it's got the new Sandville Field Sports Nat silencer on from Tony Wall, but other than that it's standard. On top we've got the OK Max scope, and this is the 2:7 version with adjustable objective lens, and you can also turn the ocular lens as well to focus your crosshairs like you can on most scopes. It's been filled to 220 bar, and we'll be shooting its preferred pellet, what I use for hunting when I use it, and these are the exact heavies. Okay. And what we're going to do, we've zeroed this off camera at 30 meters, and both myself and Dylan can hit the bullseye, and a bullseye, I mean, it's a tiny pen dot really. And then at 40 meters or 44 yards we're going to do a 5-shot group with the Vixen, and then next to it a 5-shot group with the Ultra, and it's just a comparison because this is 4 times cheaper to buy than that. And it's not to belittle this in any way, the Vixen, because we've already established it's super accurate, it's laser accurate, and it's a quality rifle. It's just to show people who probably overlook these BSA Ultras because of the price, and maybe they look small, I don't know, that actually these can, you know, produce a pretty good group themselves. So it's a really good test to do. Ultra in 177, not same caliber, but I haven't got a Ultra in 2.2 at the minute. But accuracy wise, people always say 177 is more accurate. I don't believe it. Right, both calibers are just as accurate as each other if you find the right pellet for the barrel, and I think we've already proved it with the footage we shot the other day, what you've already seen with that 5-shot group. Hopefully we can do something like it again, because I'm not saying that I always can shoot them sort of groups every time. I can't. That was just a lucky one, what we filmed on camera, and it just worked. Might not be able to do that today, but it's a fair test because it's going to be one group of 5 shots from each, just to see. Right, if you hold that, son, we'll start off, and we'll start off with the Vixen first. So I'm just going to pause the camera and turn it round. Okay, this is zoomed in to 40 meters. and it's going to be the Airgun Technologies Vixen first. There's quite a bit more wind and breeze than there was yesterday, so I'll try and take the shots best I can between the breeze. Them trees moving it back, Dylan. That's not a bad group for that so far, is it?
I see. Yeah, but it
Yeah. Have a look at that group there in that breeze. You see through that? That's only times 7, that, isn't it?
oh yeah, that's good.
So I'm just going to zoom out, just so you can see we are at where we was and come round. You can see Dylan there just looking through the scope. So here are the two groups then. This one with the Vixen, 5 shots, and this is one with the Ultra, 5 shots. What I will say is there was more wind here and I'm not happy with that. I know I can shoot better than that at this distance with that gun. So I'm going to do this again, but we will measure this one, and this one is 11mm. So 5p is 18mm, so it's well under a 5p piece. This one here. So really accurate, but like I said, I'm not happy with that. I'm going to do that one again. Right, I'm going to zoom in now again then to the 44 yard. I'll just zoom out. You can probably see them trees now moving, all the leaves are blowing. It's not ideal for doing this sort of thing, but I just know I can get a better group than I did have. Let's see if we can get a better one this time. It proves as well how good 2.2 is in the wind compared to 1.77. Buffs the wind a lot better. Right, so I've moved the drawing pin down, that'll be my new point of aim. Wind, yeah, I can't do it about it. Can't do it about it, son. Look at that tree now. Can you see the leaves aren't actually blowing left now? So it's changed direction. Set in one of the holes, was it? Five. So that's not bad in that breeze. We're going to have a look at that. I'll just zoom out. and it would just get the tree. And we can feel all that breeze down here. And so you can see, that was the Ultra. Right, so here's the old group. You can see the old group? Yep, and this is the new group. So there's 4 shots there. 3 of them touching, 1 just below, and then this one here. I think this is the first shot, and this might have been where when there wasn't as much wind, and the wind is out naturally blowing right to left now. It's changed direction. This is with the wind. So we'll take those and do centre to centre. So it's 13.2 millimeters, so 13 millimeters. I'm going to discount that for wind. So it's produced 13 millimeters. So 5p is 18 millimeters. To give you an idea about the size of that, these drawing pins, what we've been using, oh, can you feel that wind now? These drawing pins, what we've been using,
4.4.
at 9.3.
Oh, it's 9.
9, yeah. 9 millimeters, okay? So that group I showed you the other day, what a drawing pin almost covered all 5. That was a smaller group, but like I said, we didn't have, this one's 11. We didn't have the wind or breeze we've got today. But it just goes to show you that an Ultra can still produce really good groups at this distance, and this is why, forget that one for wind, and this is why, you know, people shouldn't overlook them, because they're good accurate guns. If I in fact put that there like that, I did that with sun. Did you see that? Yeah, it's because the pellets have smashed through it, but you can see it as small, and 4 shots are there. I think it's a good result. Yeah, that's it. So what we're doing now is a bit of a father-son bit of fun time. So I'm going to be using the Vixen in 2.2, and he likes the Ultra in 1.7.7, and we're going to do standing unsupported at the bottom left spinner, which is the biggest one. I think probably about, I don't know, 25 mil, but it's at 44 yards, so 1 yard less than maximum range in HFT. And you know you don't get standing unsupported at that range anyway in HFT, unless it's changed in the last couple of years that I've been out shooting. But we're just going to see, have 5 shots to start off with each, and see who can hit the most spinners, if we can hit it at all. So what he's just said now is, because the Ultra's only got a maximum of ×7, I'm only allowed to shoot the Vixen on ×7 apparently.
That's fair.
So he's given me the gun with the 2.2 caliber, with the more old over and the less magnification now than I shot it before. Right, what he's just said to me is film from the left side because it's my prettiest side. I cannot believe he said that. I said, well, they want to see the gun, and he says, yeah, well, they'll still see the gun, but they need to see my prettiest side. Now that is vain. Right, you've got 5 shots. Have you got pellets with you? Yeah?
No, we don't want him.
Oh, well, that's not clever, is it? Yes!
1-0.
Yeah, pellets. Now that was a cracking shot. He hit it then. Two out of 2. I don't know if I can. No, it's probably going to stop spinning. I'll zoom in for these. Hopefully that's going to be in focus. Take your time. It's great shooting, that is. Unlucky. 2 out of 3. Hey, I'll be lucky if I hit it once.
Win now.
You know how I suffered now when I was doing them groups.
Oh, just to the left of it.
Yeah, last one, 2 out of 4 so far. I didn't put the camera on you just in case you hit it again. Wind got up. Can you feel the wind then? Yeah, it makes a difference with 177, especially at this range. Oh, unlucky. It's a shame, but you did get 2.
Happens when you film my pretty side.
Yep.
Right. So that one. Wobbling.
You take your time, that's why.
No, I think you won this one.
A German sniper always takes his time.
Close. You won this one, son. Well done.
A shot.
Nope, 9 out of 5.
Shame.
Well done. So Dylan wanted to just check to see what the drop was for him to calibrate, because we're going to do some spinner shooting. And he's just shot 2 shots there, look. That's 3 shots. Do 5! And he's using the AG Airgun Technology Vixen. So he's got 3 there in one whole group. Yeah, and the wind's up. You can see the tree. 4. Put one more in. We'll discount the one you wobbled in the wind. Oh, great shooting. Good group, son. Just don't. Is it safe for me to come round? Okay, just so I'll keep it live, just so they can see. There he is, all the way down there. That's a good group, that is. So, what we're going to do now is put a little bit of a experiment together. So we're going to shoot each of us a 5-shot group with the Vixen. And then also each of us are going to shoot a 5-shot group with the Ultra, which is about 4 times cheaper than the Vixen, but it's just to see if a cheap gun like an Ultra can get anywhere near the accuracy of this Vixen. You see Dylan's going to go first. I'll zoom in and out after each one. So
the shot's full.
Say again?
The shot's full, yeah.
Yeah, so you're on the far left, yeah, and I think it says D, then
DU and DV,
so shoot on DV, yeah?
Yeah.
Which is obviously a Vixen. Means the wind, don't forget that. It's always changing. Just keep the same point of aim.
How many shots are we doing?
5. That's good. That's looking good. With this breeze, that's good. Almost touching. Try and keep him there. You might better close that gap if you're lucky.
No, that was a wobble.
That's alright. It's only a little bit lower. It's realistic, this is, of real life.
Where'd that one go?
Lower.
Even lower?
Mm-hmm. Oh, that was better. That went in the centre.
1, 2, 3, 4. One more, eh?
No, it's 5.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to stop that. So, here's the results then. So Dylan's group's really good. He's only got 1 airlock, which was probably the wind. And then he's got 4 shots here. My group again, 4 shots and 1 off to the side. Probably slightly smaller than his because his wind one's further across, but I think his 4 together is probably better than my 4. Then is his Vixen here. 1, 2, there's 4 holes but 5 shots. And then here you can see I think there's 4 in that little bit there, maybe 1 off to the side. But, so the good groups. Let's just see that it's turn this on. Look, make sure it's zeroed. This one, centre to centre, is 11.4 for the Ultra. 29 for the Vixen, but let's discount that one. Let's say it was a flyer, so 17.5, so again under a 5p. If you count mine including, it's the same look. It's exactly as is 4R, so my 5 are 17.5. If I was to discount that one, then it's 11.6. And then this one here, if I was to discount that, centre to centre, it's about 8.4 mil, and even counting that one, it's still only 14.1, so again under a 5p piece. And these are all shot in a wind, well I would say a wind, it's a breeze, but it's an intermittent breeze. Sometimes it's going left to right, sometimes right to left, and then sometimes not at all. But it just goes to show that with these results for this Ultra, you don't have to pay massive amounts of money for a rifle if you want to go out and either shoot targets or do even hunting. And 44 yards is a fair distance for a sub 12 foot-pound rifle, especially for someone who's just getting into shooting and wants to do a bit of hunting. I wouldn't advise people going out and shooting vermin at 44 yards when you're just starting. And even for people who are accomplished shots, this is good accuracy from all rifles. Right, this is Dylan then. So he's got 6 shots and he's got to do 2 shots at each one. Which one are you starting on?
Top one, smallest.
Top one, okay. That's about 10 mil. Nope.
Yeah, it did. It's upside down. Look at it. Zoom in.
Is it?
Yeah, of course.
I can't see it from here.
Well, you see it in a minute then.
Don't look like
Sniper
it's
Junior.
upside down to me.
Well, turn it around then now again. Oh, no, I'm missing it that time. I hit it the first time though, you'll see it in a minute on camera.
We'll see on camera. Middle one, yeah? So I'll give it that benefit of that, one out of 2 so far.
I can't see it anymore.
You hit the top one then?
No I didn't, I hit the bottom one, I can't see it. It's gone, it's disappeared.
Oh, 1 second. That's the middle one you just hit, innit?
Yeah.
I can't. That's why I can't see the top one. So yeah, you might have hit it.
It's stuck away now, so now I'll shoot the bottom one's 3 shots.
Wobbled it.
Oh, skimmed it, didn't I?
Yeah.